our jollof rice. So we'll start with the stew. So you can also use this pattern to cook your regular stew. When you're making your jollof rice, don't be tempted to put too much oil because you may want to add butter, which is also oily, and the stock you are using, there may be oil inside. So allow the oil to heat up for like 1 minute or less. Then we'll start to fry our stew. Our tin tomatoes has been cooking. Now we're going to add our blended tomatoes. So we're making about 2 cups of rice. Just the one that will be enough for 2 cups. We're also going to add some blended pepper onion mix. So the pepper is to your taste, how you want it. So we're going to leave it to cook for about 6 to 10 minutes, depending on your heat or the quantity that you're making. But for this recipe, just like 5 minutes or thereabouts, it's fine. If you look very well, you see the stew is properly cooked because it has been cooking for some time. You can see the vegetable oil by the side, and our tomato is already very cooked, so we don't need to waste much time. So we're going to season it with our seasoning cube, small salt, some thyme, and you add some curry powder. So we're adding our curry powder now, not much. So this seasoning that we're adding in this jollof rice, we're not seasoning it as if we want to over season it. We are going to season it and keep some part of this stew so that we can use it to stew our meat later if we want to, if we don't want to eat the meat fried. Then we are going to add the stock and the water that can cook the rice before we season again to the taste that you want. So we're removing some stew rather. Then we'll add water and stock. So by removing this stew, you can actually add it later if you feel that your jollof rice is not red enough. So you can test for seasoning. Let the stew be sweet as if you want to eat it with ordinary rice. Then you now add your stock and your water and season again. The mistake most people make, they don't season it again. So the jollof rice is very flat. Okay, we have added the stock. That's why it's like this. So if you are not sure the quantity of water to cook the rice, you can actually add the rice first. And you give it a good stir. So the next thing you do, you are going to check for doneness by biting the rice if you wish, or just add a little more water, just a little bit above the rice. Then you test and adjust the seasoning so that when the jollof rice is cooked, the jollof rice will be very, very sweet. Tasting the jollof rice on fire now, I just noticed it's only salt that we'll be needing. So add small salt. If you don't want to add salt, you can add burning. It has sweetness and also salt in it, so you can go with that. So this is our jollof rice. You can see there is actually no water and it's already getting burnt. So for those of you that like party jollof rice, we purposely allow it to burn. You can cover it with foil paper so that the burnt can be controlled. But this rice is already very cooked. So if you want to garnish it, you can add peas, carrots. If you feel the oil is not enough, you can add butter. Then you can taste for seasoning and adjust it. So the taste is perfect. We don't need to add anything to it. The oil is fine. So when your jollof rice is properly dry, by the time you look at your wood, you see this shiny reflection. It will not be watery. That will tell you that the jollof rice is properly cooked. So you just give this rice 2 more minutes and the rice is perfectly cooked.